GB News star Eamonn Holmes leads tributes as colleague and friend dies. Eamonn Holmes has offered a heartfelt tribute to his friend and colleague, James Whale, who sadly passed away after a long battle with cancer. The renowned radio host died peacefully at a hospice in Kent on Monday, August 4, aged 74, with his wife Nadine Lamont-Brown by his side, reports The Express. She shared with The Express, "James slipped away very gently this morning. It was a beautiful passing, and he left with a smile on his face." The Daily Express columnist had previously overcome kidney cancer in 2000 despite a 50% survival prognosis, but disclosed 5 years ago that the illness had returned, affecting his brain, lungs, and spine. Whale leaves behind his wife Nadine and son Peter Whale. Holmes took to Instagram to honor the esteemed journalist as the news broke, posting a touching photograph of James with his loving wife. In a poignant message, the father of 4 expressed his condolences online. His post read, "He was my friend since 1986, she was a gift from God to him. This is James Whale's wife Nadine. His pain is now gone. For poor Nadine it is just beginning. Nadine, no one could have done more for him. Thank you prayer emoji." The tribute quickly drew responses from Eamonn's celebrity peers and a multitude of fans, all offering their condolences to James Whale's bereaved family. Louise Palin, a fellow broadcaster, penned a touching tribute. "Another great character has gained his wings. Quick-witted, full of laughter, and always one step ahead. Now the heavens have a new spark of humor and heart. Fly high, you'll be dearly missed prayer emoji." Don Neeson, his colleague at GB News, reflected on his impact, saying, "We all have our guardian angels. James was lucky enough to meet his on earth. Nadine is an amazing woman prayer emoji." Nazanin Ghaffar, another broadcasting peer, expressed her sorrow, "So incredibly sad and heartbreaking. James was always so lovely, fun and kind to me. Rest in peace Whaley." James, who carved out a 52-year career in broadcasting, became known for his confrontational style, often cutting off callers with whom he disagreed, earning him the title of the world's first shock jock, though he arguably never got the credit he deserved for transforming the industry. Reflecting on his approach earlier this year, James remarked, "Having a disagreement is far more entertaining than agreeing all the time. Nobody wants everybody to agree with them, certainly not me, and I should know, I've made an entire career out of it." By the late 1980s, the James Whale radio show had become an iconic fixture on ITV, catapulting him into the limelight. He went on to present on various networks including ITV, Sky, and the BBC, before joining talk radio in 2016. Eamonn Holmes' drastic move after Ruth Langsford divorce and legal dispute with HMRC. The GB News presenter is reportedly being urged by his new partner to secure his finances. Eamonn Holmes is reportedly taking steps to sort out his finances in the wake of his divorce from Ruth Langsford and a long-running legal dispute with HMRC. This comes just months after the 65-year-old revealed he was forced to sell his Belfast home following 2 failed appeals against HMRC that left him with a hefty tax bill and legal fees totaling hundreds of thousands of pounds. Now it has been reported that Holmes' new partner, Katie Alexander, is encouraging him to get his financial ducks in a row as he navigates the costly split from Langsford. A source told Woman magazine, "Katie's been a rock to Eamonn throughout his ongoing divorce. She knew the kind of life he was accustomed to before moving out of the house he shared with Ruth and has encouraged him to fight for what he deserves." The GB News presenter recently returned from a luxurious Greek holiday with Katie, 43, and her 3 adult children. Insiders claimed that he is keen to give Katie the lifestyle he and Ruth enjoyed. The source added, "She's her own woman, but Eamonn wants to be able to provide the kind of lifestyle she deserves. He doesn't want to lose her." The report follows a ruling several months ago that Holmes must repay 10 years' worth of backdated national insurance and tax, reportedly totaling around £250,000. The GB News presenter later revealed he had no choice but to sell his Belfast home to cover the costs. Speaking in January 2024, he told UTV's Jerry Kelly, "I had a house here until 6 weeks ago when I was forced to sell it by the Inland Revenue," referring to HMRC. "It's something I'm very bitter about, because people think you earn lots of money and therefore you have to pay. It's like they have taken away everything I ever worked for. People think it's only the Eamonn Holmeses of this world that they're after. But it's not. The country is broken." Holmes and Langsford, who were together for 27 years and married for 14, announced their separation in May 2024. The Standard has contacted Eamonn Holmes' representative for comment. Eamonn Holmes tears apart Rachel Reeves' broken promise with brutal 6 words. Eamonn Holmes went on a scathing rant as he ripped into Rachel Reeves' latest decision. GB News star Eamonn Holmes launched a raging attack on Chancellor Rachel Reeves as he presented his breakfast show. It comes as the Labour politician reportedly needs to secure £50 billion through increased taxation or reduced spending to stabilise the UK's financial position. The 65-year-old host shared his outrage at the prospect of substantial tax increases as he questioned why Britain continues allocating funds to Syria and supporting migrants whilst preparing to impose higher taxes on citizens. He fumed. "We see a headline like this: Rachel Reeves must find £50 billion in tax rises or spending cuts to shore up Britain's battered finances." He continued with pointed criticism of government priorities, saying, "No, she doesn't, she just has to stop spending. Why have we got this money to give away to Syria? Why have we got this money to give away to migrants? Why have we got money to give away right, left and center?" His outrage continued as Eamonn fumed. "No, they just think we're going to tax you. That's what they plan to do." Eamonn's rant comes as Reeves faces mounting pressure to address a projected £40 billion deficit, with economic analysts warning she may need to implement significant fiscal measures in the forthcoming autumn budget to maintain government spending within established limits. The National Institute of Economic and Social Research calculated that the government's finances face a shortfall exceeding £40 billion due to sluggish economic expansion and inflation surpassing expectations. The body said that to improve the situation, the government would need to secure approximately £51 billion through taxation, borrowing, or expenditure reductions by the 2029-30 financial year. The government has previously implemented £40 billion in tax increases, pushing the national tax burden to its highest level since the post-war period. However, it could soar even higher, with it being speculated that an additional £20 to £30 billion could be sought this autumn.